Hi you guys, it's your girl Big Meech, back at it again with the voiceovers. I know you guys miss my voice or whatever. I hope you guys enjoy it. So for the past few days I've been reading this really interesting book that my brother introduced me to. Shout out to Samson. It's called The Starfish and the Spider. Pretty much the book talks about two different systems, and it identifies those two systems as two different animals, a spider and a starfish. Now, a spider has 8 legs and 1 head. And a starfish doesn't have a head, it just has like 5 legs. If you cut off one of the spider's legs, it'll still live, of course, but the leg won't be regenerated, and the spider becomes pretty much less productive. It won't thrive as well as it did when it had its leg. Now, the starfish, on the other hand, like I said, has 5 legs, I guess you could call them, no head. But if you cut off one of its legs, it'll grow another leg. And also, the leg that you cut off will generate into a whole starfish. Even if you cut off all 5 of its legs, each one will become an entirely different starfish. I thought that was freaking cool. Now, we live in a system that operates like a spider. There's your head and there are the legs. We, as the people, we're the legs. We don't have that much power. If we're cut off, we're doomed. And the head is the government. Now, I'm not saying that this is a good thing or this is a bad thing. That's really up to you to decide. But it is the norm. In fact, this is what we're used to. What happens when there's no one in charge? When there's no hierarchy? Would we become a society of chaos and, without any order at all? Well, that's not true. It's not to say that there will be total chaos. It's true that there will be no leader. Not one person would have more power than the next person. There will be no overseer, but there will still be a norm, and the working people within that society or system or organization would be working together to maintain that norm. In this book, they gave a few examples of decentralized organisms, and the most interesting one that I took a liking to was AA meetings. Now, we all know what AA meetings are. Alcoholics, they come together and they try to get over their addiction. Now, the AA meetings itself, they're run by the people. But even if a member leaves, the organization still thrives. And as people join, it still thrives. It doesn't depend on just one person. I think that's really important, because when you have a system where there's a head, and say there's one head and 50 followers, okay? Those 50 people, they're following obediently. But what happens when their head is cut off? More than likely, those followers are going to go astray. They're going to go in different directions. They're not going to know how to operate. Obedience is great, don't get me wrong. But it's important for the person who's doing the task to understand why they're doing it. To me, the purpose is more important than the task itself. Now, this is not me being anti-government or anti-unity. I think unity is great. I can't say that much about the government. I'm just kidding. But I'm not being a rebel. I'm just saying that it's important that the individuals understand why they're doing the things that they're doing. They need to be autonomous in that they are independent thinkers, because they are the ones that make up the group. Of course, the leader is as well. But like I said earlier, If the leader is cut off, say the leader gets sick and the leader dies, what happens to the group? Moral of the story, guys, there's nothing wrong with being obedient, but being smart is better.
Be a starfish.